Magic the Gathering is getting an MMO. Oh boy. Now, that's not to say that this is going to be a bad thing. For all I know, it could be an amazing game. This is just a video where I'm going to give you my first impressions of what little information is available as we wait for the beta to release. Let me just read you this description from Cryptic Studios. The world of Magic the Gathering has made its way into many games over the years. Now Cryptic Studios is building the universe from its card counterparts to entice players with a new way to engage with the long-standing IP. Grab your Serra Angels and Earth Elementals as you smash legions of foes, enhance your deck, and create a Planeswalker to your highly customized specifications in an MMO action RPG shell. Build a deck of 12 cards that constantly cycle with 4 active cards and a slew of handy abilities to smash your way through endless monsters and maps. Combine buffs, spells, and summons to weave your way through the lands from Magic the Gathering like Shiv and the Caligo Morass. So, there are a few things in this that I want to discuss, and first off is the action RPG elements of the game. Judging from the very short gameplay trailer that we were given, it looks like this is going to be a top-down view kind of game, kind of like Path of Exile or Diablo. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this. It works for Poe and Diablo, but how's it going to work with the card aspect that they're introducing? And we're honestly just going to have to wait and see. The gameplay trailer was not very long at all. In fact, it is probably played through on the screen 2 or 3 times since I've started this commentary. Next, I want to talk about the card/deck building. So you build a deck of 12 cards, and it will randomly select 4 of them. And I'm curious if the casting order is going to be random as well, or if you can choose your order and get random replacements from your deck, or how is the spell casting mechanic going to work? I imagine you just pick a deck of 12 cards from 12 spells that you want to have, and it's going to randomly select 4, and then as you cast one, you'll draw, quote-unquote, your next one. Also, how are you going to create the decks? Are you going to find random cards out in the world that you can use? I imagine you start with some, but do you buy them at shops? Are they going to be, you can only get them by unlocking and leveling? Or are they going to be like locked behind a paywall? I really hope that it's a combination of all of it minus the paywall. It would add a bit more to the world exploration if you need to explore every inch of the level to find cards for your deck and upgrades for those cards. Now, I just mentioned a paywall, and I kind of want to discuss that for a minute. The game is being made by Cryptic Studios and Perfect World, and chances are you've probably played a game created by one, if not both of these companies. Neverwinter, Star Trek Online, Champions Online, and many more. The concern here is that these two companies have a history of making freemium games, and games that are free but have an unusual amount of microtransactions. And when I say unusual amount, it's not that they have more than any other kind of freemium game, but the conversion from dollars to what you're buying is normally really, really steep. Now, I don't want to get too in-depth on that because that's a rant that could take up an entire video, and that's not what this video is about. But I will say this. I understand microtransactions and why they're here and why they are a thing. But at the same time, they're bullshit. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So Magic Legends is supposed to be 100% free to play, but with the two studios that are releasing it, I can't help but feel that there's going to be an overabundance of microtransactions in the game. So looking at the website, it looks as if we're going to be able to choose between 5 different classes of Planeswalker. And at the time of recording, there are only 2, the Mind Mage and the Geomancer. The Mind Mage is obviously the representative of the blue mana, and the Geomancer is for the red mana. And I've heard that you're going to be able to switch between the 5 and be able to basically play all the classes. But I wonder if they're going to have it to where you have a primary class that you devote your time to, and the other classes are secondary, or or can you level them all up at the same time, or Like, if you spend, you get to 20 on a character, you swap to white mana, he's at 1. Like, are there going to be items that boost experience? Probably one of the freemium things, buying levels for your things. I don't know. I'm interested to see what the other 3 classes are. We still have the white, the green, and the black mana left to reveal, so I'm kind of interested to see what planeswalkers they reveal for those 3 colors. Because the Mind Mage and the Geomancer are very, very meh. As far as planeswalking goes, the Magic Legends site says that you'll need to cross various planes to save the multiverse, but how you weave your path is up to you. And there's 2 revealed planes at the time of recording this, Shiv and Benalia. And what it sounds like they're trying to do is you can start your adventure on any plane and work your way around the game's multiverse in any order that you want. And this could be really cool. I'm just not sure how I feel about there only being 5 planes for us to, walk to. I'm wondering if there's 1 plane for each of the basic land types. So Shiv, on the website, if you mouse over Shiv, Shiv is red. And if you mouse over Benalia, I believe it's white. So I'm wondering if, each plane is going to be specific to a particular mana color. And I mean, I know they can't release 10 or 12 or a million planes at launch. That's just not realistic. And I get that. But just 5? And why Dominaria? I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just curious as to why here. Also, why not give a character creation option? Like, it seems like from the artwork and what I've seen in the game and the trailers, when you select your class, you can only use the default character for that class, and it's how it looks. You can't change anything about it appearance-wise. I think it would be cool if they let us customize our character a bit more. And speaking of characters, how are we going to level? Do levels only affect our cards, or do we get the skill tree for our characters, or benefits, or benefits to certain skills and class cards as we level? Is there going to be armor and gear that we can wear that's going to buff our stats and affect our spell casting? It seems like for every bit of information that they've given us, I've got 1,000 more questions about it. I think right now, as it stands, I am less than excited for this. Maybe the beta will change my mind, but who knows? As soon as I saw MTG MMO, I immediately went and signed up for the beta because I wanted to try this out before I downloaded it. And I mean, this could be an amazing game depending on how they handle it, and depending on how they handle like the enemies and all that. There's just not enough information out right now to really tell. And at the same time, there's not a lot of information out right now that has me overly hyped for this game. I will download it and I will play the beta if I get accepted into the beta program. But I'm not going to break my back to, I'm going to keep an eye on it. Basically, I'm not overly concerned with this. There are other games that have caught my eye, and this seems like it could be cool. But I'm just kind of waiting. And I'm a huge fan of Magic the Gathering. I've played Magic on and off for probably 10 years, and big fan of the card games, big fan of the lore, but not a fan of like MTG Arena and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of that. So I'm just I'm skeptical right now. But as more information comes out and more is known to the game, and more light has been shed on where we're going, the other classes, how leveling's going to work, and how all this stuff, how these other mechanics are all going to play together. Once there's more information on that, then I will see if it changes my tune. But I think this game could have potential, but it's just too early in the process for that potential to be visible right now. But time will honestly tell. But that is going to be it, guys. If you like the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell icon so you can stay up to date whenever we release another video. I'm Emerald Void, and before I go, I've just got one question for you. Are you feeling nostalgic yet?